Hey,
Oh no, I've been caught.
did you break your promise already?
Yes, I am going thrifting again. Okay, truth be told, yes, I said in 2 videos ago that I had to stop going thrifting because of my huge, overwhelming death pile. But yet here I am.
And now that you've hired me, it's an excuse to go thrifting again because I've
Okay.
listed 95 items?
Yes, that might be part of it. But there is actually a valid reason. Am I making excuses? Maybe. Today is 50% off day at Wynn's Thrift Store. So it's a chain of local thrift stores here in Calgary. And it's 50% off the whole store. They do it the first Wednesday of every month. So it is today, the first Wednesday in May. So a great time to get some decent inventory at a really good buying cost.
Okay, I can see why that might be valuable. But how are we going to keep it so that I can list enough to cover your trip?
Well, let's make that the challenge for today. Let's see if the listings you can get done today are enough to pay for, the profit on them, I should say, enough to pay for what I'm going to spend on more inventory. So my secret's out. Yes, you heard right. I'm out thrifting again today. There's a good reason though, as I said, this 50% off sale that they have at the Wynn's thrift stores, I've been really successful at previous months to find great inventory at really great prices. So while Nathan's back at his desk, busy listing items out of the death pile, here I am buying more. I'm going to set a target for myself. Nothing with less than approximately a $25 profit. So let's see if I can hold to that and see what we can find.
All right, so while Dawn is out thrifting, I have to list enough items to see if she's going to spend more than I can list all of these for. We'll have to see what happens.
Here we are, location number 1. This is just a small store, small but mighty, because I have found some really cool things here, including a purse that I once bought for $15, sold for $85 plus shipping. Let's go see if there's any bargains like that today. So right in the door, I'm seeing this really nice looking carafe. And when I checked the bottom and I looked up the brand name, so this is $5, it's going to be $2.50. It sells for over, brand new right now, over $100. So I think that's our first pickup. Let's do a quick overview of the store. As you can see, some miscellaneous items, little shoe section, some hats. Looks like the purse section's been picked over pretty well. I'm getting a late start. It's almost noon, but we'll pick through and see if there's anything here. Let's take a quick look at hard goods, see if we can find anything here, and then we might just be popping off to the next store. So this caught my eye. It looks really nice. Bamboo on the bottom. This is a French coffee press. And when I looked at the bottom, I can make out the brand. Grosh, I think it says. So let's see what we've got here. $4. I will pay $2. Sold this week on eBay for $55. And oh my goodness, there's another one and another one. Do you see it? 2 more of the first thing I found when I came in the door. Wow. Oh my goodness, 1 shelf lower. 3, 4, 5. That's a total of 6. So I did see some interesting items. I was drawn to this Mexican folk art pottery frame, vintage I'm sure. But when I looked it up, there's like 50, not of this exact one, but listed, and only 5 sold, so not a great sell-through rate. And then I was like, what is this? Pretty cool, like with the actual bike chain part of the sculpture. But they're asking $8, which means I would pay $4. And something like this, not the exact, but sold for like only $20, so probably not worth it. But I am gonna check out this little owl back here. I can't find an exact comp, but based on the fact that owls are popular, and he's only $2.50, and he looks to be signed on the bottom, I think I'm gonna take him for $1.25. Here's the other side of the hard goods aisle. You can see the shelves are actually pretty packed considering it's 50% off day. Didn't see anything else here, so I think I'll take my 6 insulated carafes and make a run for it. Well, I would say the first stop was a success. I got 6 items and paid $22, so pretty good average cost of goods in that case. See you at the next one.
The good news is she set things out for me in advance, so I have a whole bunch of things that I can list. Yesterday, I listed 20 items in one day, which is my record, and I'm hoping to beat that today. So when you list, you want to clean your items. As you can see, they're quite dirty, so I'll take a warm cloth to this and also lint roll the bottom because there's a lot of hair on here because we want the best photos as possible. And usually my process is to take photos of everything before I list any of it, just so that I save time on the front end. So I have all the photos with me and I don't have to go back and forth to the desk and to the... Okay, so slight delay. I cannot find the lint roller, so I'm gonna have to move on to another product, which that sucks. But yeah, so as you can see, this is much shinier. It's still dirty, there's still spots, but I've made it as nice as I can.
Okay, we have arrived. Store number 2. I always think this one looks so grand with these big pillars. Maybe not so much the peeling paint, but anywho, let's see what we can find. This is a pretty big store. Not as big as some of the big major thrift stores, but a really good size nonetheless. Now the question is, do we get a cart? Oh boy. Last time it was a cart full. Today, I'm saying yes. I always check out the art, mainly for personal, but you never know what you might find. And then we've got furniture. The big stuff is back here. Thought this was kind of cute. $3, meaning $1.50. And when I turn it around, it tells us about the artist. And she sells well on eBay, so that's a pickup. Some really nice big mirrors if you're looking for one. All right, let's check out the purses, handbags, wallets. Definitely one of my favorite aisles. See if we find anything cool. I love green, so these caught my eye. They're cute. And there's 2. Ooh, let's see. How much are we asking here? Okay, $3, so that'll be actually for both since they're 50% off. Let's check a comp. This one looks really cool, but when I looked it up, there's I think 4 listed, anywhere from $20 to $30, and they're asking 7 here, so it would be $3.50. So that does not meet the $25 profit threshold, so we will leave it behind. So not my favorite aisle. Lamps, electronics, sometimes fun things like a steering wheel, but generally I don't find much here. Then we have a little bit of hardware, miscellaneous, some appliances. Again, not really what I'm looking for today. Somebody obviously donated their Precious Moments collection. They are so adorable. I actually have a collection myself. And look, more over here. Kitchen goods. Sometimes I find things here for personal use. I was on a quest for glass water bottles for a while, but usually not too much here for resale. Let's check out the hard goods. Aisle number 1, kitchen. Plus, we have a couple of new carts. So let's see what's on there. Now, I have to say, I do love crystal and glasses, but not the favorite thing to ship. Lots and lots of it always in the thrift store, though. And then there's always mugs, and boy, did I find a couple good ones today. Okay, I thought these were cool. Check out the bottom. Chef's Wear USA. And you will not believe what I found as far as the sold comp. So definitely these are going in the cart. Well, that was store 2. Took a little bit longer. I think I was in there like an hour and a half. But grand total, 14 items. 4 of them are these cute little rings. Look at this one. It's like a bent nail. Weird. $13. 14 items. What can I say? Deals to be had. On to the next. I went back in. I found 3 more items. I mean, how can you not pick up a 2-foot tall wooden vintage pepper grinder for $2.50? I mean, really, you'd have to do it, right? Okay, we are really now on to the next.
Okay, so here's how items look in the photo box. Pretty cool. We find it's always important to measure the item so that people on eBay will know exactly the size of the item. And it's also very important to point out flaws. This should not come out this easily. It's supposed to screw in tight, but it can just kind of come out. So you have to let people know about that in the description. Sometimes there are Goodwill tags to cut off. This bag is $8.50. It must have some high value if we bought it for that much. One thing about bags is that you want to make them look as nice as possible. So that means showing any charms and actually filling the bag with a couple things just so that it has its actual size and is not looking all floppy, right? With bags, you also want to show the inside. So not only do you measure it and show the straps, you want to tell them if there's pockets inside, if there's logos, how does it close? Here it's a magnet, of course. So yeah, there's a lot of detail that you can put into an eBay listing so that people know. That's the last about listing that I'm going to talk about. Okay, all these items are now photographed. Now it's time for me to get a box like this for my daily listings. Hopefully I'll get enough done.
Here we are, store 3. It's just a small one, but again, I have found some very good things here. Just to give you an idea of the size of the store, this is it. But let's see what we can find. I see the purses at the back. Let's check there first. No purse section, but sometimes you find something. And I have found some treasures in these little bins. Wallets, cosmetic bags, things like that. So we're gonna go dig. Any jelly cats in here? Let's dig for a minute and see. And then over here we have these more curated shelves. Really nicely displayed. Pottery, art, I guess all kinds of decor. Really nice by color. We've got yellow, green, blue, purple, all the beautiful things. So check out my haul, all these bargains. I'll let you know after what we paid for all of this. And yes, I did score in the purse section. I acquired a few more items. Wonder what Nathan's gonna say. Final report on Wynn's store number 3. Spent $49.50, and I think I counted 24 items, plus a few for personal use. So we'll get the final tally for the day when I get home.
So what did you buy, Dawn?
Well, here's the damage.
That's
Got
a
all kinds
lot.
of stuff. I have 6 of these. Okay, I know that seems extreme, but they're like a commercial picture. I paid $2. They retail right now for over $100.
Wow, that is, and I mean, you didn't fill it to the brim, so
And look,
it's not
like,
as bad as I expected.
hair stuff, unused, $2.
Unopened.
It's gonna sell for probably $25 or something like that on eBay.
Okay.
So yeah, and I mean, I talked about this in the video, Nathan.
Okay.
How do you resist a 2
That's such a
foot-
huge pepper mill. Wow.
And guess what the brand name is?
Uh,
Peter Piper Pepper Mill.
that's pretty good.
So
Oh, man.
yes, I guess somebody's got their work ahead of them.
I do.
So the lesson of the day. I can find a lot of great stuff for, drum roll please, the grand total I spent today is $88.75.
Under 100 is unexpected.
Exactly. So Nathan, the question for you is, do you think you listed enough to cover to make $88 worth of profit?
Definitely. I mean, we'll see how long it takes to sell, but
That's
still.
not, you know what, we'll talk
not
about
our main
that.
concern.
We'll talk about that in a future video. I'm a long tail seller. I don't need everything to sell next week,
Right.
as long as I know that it will sell. So cool. Well, stay tuned, all of you who are watching, for the next video, and follow us along on our journey. Here's the bottom line for today. Nathan impressively listed, while also editing videos today, 14 items for over 400 and, what was it?
This is
$428. As you know, I spent about $88, so challenge complete. He listed more than what I spent thrifting.